Hello, everyone. Since it's getting near Christmas time, I thought I would review A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Now, I read this book last year, so my memory is a bit somewhat fuzzy, but all of you have seen adaptations, I'm sure, of The Christmas Carol. It's probably the most adapted book. I mean, it's certainly up there. But what the book has that the movies often don't capture is, of course, Charles Dickens' writing style, his sense of conveying atmosphere, of conveying what it was like in 1840s London. Now, of course, Dickens wrote this towards the end of 1843 after his books actually stopped selling. I mean, not completely, but he was actually in a rut and needed money. So he thought that he would write a Christmas story, a short Christmas story that would appeal to the masses at large. So he spent a lot of money uh, gathering illustrations and creating a nice, expensive cover, which is not the version I have. But and it paid off because it sold quite a few copies. Now, because the book was so expensive in terms of producing it, that he didn't actually make that much of a profit, but it became probably his most popular book in the long run. Now, of course, A Christmas Carol, as all of you know, is about how Scrooge, a greedy old miser, finds redemption by being haunted by three ghosts. But the book has some things that the movie adaptations often don't have. For example, when Marley, which is probably my favorite scene, when the ghost of Marley visits Scrooge, he has a bandage wrapped around his head. Well, in the book, he takes the bandage off, and his jaw drops like way down like this. Ugh. And that's something that actually doesn't happen in a lot of adaptations because of especially some of the earlier adaptations because they were worried about censorship and all of that. But that was a very interesting element. And now, of course, some people have debated, is A Christmas Carol a Christian book? Is it a secular book? Well, of course, I think it's both because it's not overtly Christian the way things are done, but the idea of someone repenting and finding redemption is certainly within the Christian tradition. So, in that sense, I think the book is very much Christian. Of course, in the end, Tiny Tim says, "God bless us, everyone," which of course is an homage to the Christian faith. So I think that the book has many different themes and elements, and I would highly recommend reading it, even if you know the story, just to get a taste of Charles Dickens' writing. Because if you haven't read anything by Dickens, because this is a relatively short read, this is a perfect place to start.